Welcome, everybody. This is exciting. Regina and I are both very excited to host what I think is our first ever family forum. We're going to begin this session with a eulogy for Dr. Clark and Dr. David Campbell, and then we'll go on with our session.
Craig, Regina, members and guests. Dave Robinson Clark was the 25th president of the Western Thoracic Surgical Association, serving from 2000 to 2001. He passed away on October 26, 2024, at age 80, after a long battle with metastatic renal cell carcinoma. He leaves behind his wonderful wife of 44 years, Debbie, sons Jeff and Jason and their spouses, daughters Chelsea and Courtney and their spouses, and 9 grandchildren who he adored. Dave was born November 23rd, 1943, a war baby like myself, in Laramie, Wyoming. Dave's father was a prominent professor of zoology and the associate dean of the College of Medical Sciences at the University of Wyoming. So it was only natural that Dave would become interested in the biologic sciences and would attend the University of Wyoming, graduating with honors in 1965. Dave spent his college summers as a park ranger around Jackson Hole, Wyoming, and the Grand Teton Mountains he loved so much and gave him so much peace. He graduated magna cum laude from the University of Colorado School of Medicine in 1969, and then completed general surgery and cardiothoracic surgery residencies at the University of Colorado Health Sciences Center in 1975. After a one-year fellowship as senior registrar in pediatric heart surgery with mentors Dr. Stark and De Laval at the Hospital for Sick Children, Great Ormond Street, London, Dave returned to the University of Colorado, where Dr. Tom Starzl, then the chief of surgery, appointed him director of pediatric heart surgery in the department, a position he held until 2003. Dave spent his entire distinguished career at the University of Colorado, rising rapidly to full professor and providing leadership and service in other various administrative roles. He was the chief of the Division of Cardiothoracic Surgery in the School of Medicine from 1979 to 1991. He was the chief of pediatric heart surgery and surgeon-in-chief at the Children's Hospital Colorado from the early 90s to 2003, after the affiliation of Children's with the University of Colorado. Dave was an innovative academic interested in the development and utilization of aortic and pulmonary homographs, a pioneer in the development and utilization of the extended aortic root replacement procedure, and a strong advocate for the use of the Ross procedure in both pediatric and adult patients with significant aortic valve disease. In fact, Dave loved giving wet lab training courses on homographs and surgical procedures at many national cardiothoracic surgical meetings. Dave was also a pioneer and leader in advancing equality metrics in our field, along with Francois Lecourgaille, and the use of the Aristotle score. Even after his retirement in 2008, Dave remained involved in quality control and patient safety, and served as the co-chair for the Colorado Multiple Institutional Review Board, reviewing all research protocols dealing with human subjects until just before his passing. Dave was a technically skilled, compassionate, thoughtful, and caring congenital heart surgeon, a dedicated teacher and mentor to many medical students, residents, and fellows, and a valued colleague to many across the country and the globe, not to just those in the faculty at the university and Children's. But most of all, he was a close personal friend. Dave had a wonderful sense of humor and a genuine smile and a warm, friendly personality. And he always had a positive, undefeatable attitude I remember the time that he decided to do our first monocusped pulmonary valve in a patient with tetralogy. He said he remembered reading the paper, but couldn't remember exactly all the details. Immediately after the procedure, the valve worked fine, but by 1 week, it had a wide open leak. He went back and found the paper and realized it had only been done in dogs. So he said, that's fine, we'll write a paper saying it may work in dogs, it just doesn't work in humans. Dave loved the Western Thoracic Surgical Association, not only for its excellence as an academic society, but more importantly, because it places a major emphasis on the social and family aspects of our lives together. Family and friends were most important to him, so it's fitting to have this family forum in his honor. Dave loved golf for sure, serving as the golf chairman of the Western for years prior to his presidency. In fact, Dave was on the golf course just days before his death. Dave loved all things sports, but particularly football, and when it involved the University of Wyoming or the Denver Broncos. We spent many delightful Sunday afternoons enjoying a glass of wine and cheering, and yes, sometimes cursing the Denver Broncos. Finally, Dave received many awards and accolades in his life, but none of them were more important than receiving the Distinguished Alumnus Award from the University of Wyoming. From his horses, boots, hat, jeans, and belt, Dave was truly a lifelong cowboy. His presence will be missed by so many of the people whose lives he touched in so many ways, and were so much better for it. I miss my teacher, my mentor, colleague, and friend. Thank you.